Hey guys, Mike K-Wall here. In this video, we're going to talk about some of the best practices for the Google My Business GMB messaging feature. If you don't know about this already, and maybe you have or haven't seen some of my videos, it's there. There is a messaging feature for all local small business owners. Not just local, I mean, large chains use this as well. It's a great way to engage with your customers who are browsing your business listing, looking for your products or businesses. So in addition to the request for quote button video I made just a while back ago, you can actually create a messaging platform, and it doesn't use your SMS or text based. You just have to make sure you have the Google messaging set up on your phone, on your smartphone, so that way you can set up your business. And most businesses run from a smartphone anyway, so you should be able to access it. But here are some best practices from Google that you should be using when you're messaging customers. And the first one is about personal and confidential information. Just be very wary. You're never going to share any credit cards or social insurance numbers on there, login credentials. Like, that would just be super silly. Never share that kind of information. There's also here are some best practices for unacceptable responses. Slow or unresponsive response times are bad. What Google really cares about is giving users the best and coolest user experience possible, and slow and unresponsive times to respond to something is a bad experience. So for example, if you fail to respond to the user, that's an example. If their customers are waiting an unreasonable time or a period of time for you to respond to the customer inquiry, that's another example of a bad customer inquiry. So if you're not going to use the messaging feature on your Google My Business listing, don't use it. Just turn it off and let them go through the FAQ, or let them call you or something, because your relevancy and your location will lose ranking because you're giving someone a bad experience. And Google pays attention to all that information, so just be very careful of that. Also be careful of misrepresentation and misleading claims. You never want to do that with your business, especially just to drive traffic to you, telling someone that something that you have or don't offer and then not offering at all. That's another bad experience, and Google makes a note of that. And in fact, if that did happen, you may even get a bad Google review, which will further result in lower ranking. And there are ways to combat that if it's spam, but in most cases, this is just best practices. Avoid misleading claims if possible. Also avoid inappropriate content. So content is supposed to promote the business and products and services. And you just need to avoid the harassing, bullying, threatening, self-explanatory stuff as a business. But I'm telling you this, guys, as a best practice, because if you manage staff or employees in your company, or you have multiple chains. Let's say you own 100 or 1,000 different, or 20,000 different chains across the country, and you manage them all. You may have employees that are responding to those requests. Well, you have to make sure you formalize a best practices document so that they know what's appropriate, what's not. And in some cases, many people don't know. In fact, they have regular conversations on Google messaging, and you need to be very wary of this as a business owner, because it'll affect your entire reputation. Next up, spam, malware, phishing. Don't spam, and don't share content or engage in behaviors that's going to result in spam or harm or in other ways compromise other people's devices. That just seems like a basic principle, right? Just make sure you include that in your document. Also, any other illegal activities. The messaging function is for the business, to help the business and to help other customers discover the business and what products and services you offer. So just don't use it for anything illegal or any terrorist type stuff. Obviously it makes sense, but these are just best practices. So no spam, no malware, no phishing, no illegal activities, no terrorist activities, nothing that would contribute to that, nothing that would really mute or stop a conversation. Right? Because that's exactly what will happen if you don't follow these best practices. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much it. Make sure you incorporate that into your standard procedures. If you're a small local business, you may not have this because you'll be probably responding to it on your own. But if you're a larger chain with multiple business locations, you will have a document like this, because you will need to have SLAs or service level agreements that will dictate how fast you respond to a customer. And if you don't respond fast enough or in time, you may lose traffic. You may lose business traffic to you. They may go somewhere else and look for somewhere else because more and more people are texting now than calling. And so you've got to be on the front lines. You've got to make sure you have this procedure built in and that everyone is aware of what the best practices are in general, as well as what the best practices are at your business. Hey guys, my name is Mike Kaywall. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope these best practices have helped you out in your business. And if they have, leave a like, comment below, subscribe to this channel for more features, for more videos coming out every single day about Google My Business. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.